Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition, and today I figured I'd bring you a review of Transmissions. This game's from Crosscut, and I want to make sure that I look at this right. 2 to 4 players, ages 14 plus, and it takes about 45 minutes, roughly 45 minutes. Alright, as usual, to make the review quick, I did grab the little tablet and get notes so I can look at the notes, right? I realized that this cord is wrapped around me funny. I'm gonna unwrap that too. All right, so here we go. All right, so this game is based on the artwork of Matt Dixon. I'm gonna glance again. Oh yeah, Matt Dixon with 2 T's. All right, so it's based on his artwork, and as you can see, it's really quaint, really nice artwork, right? It's cute. It's just little robots. Maybe I should set them so they're all facing you guys, right? Little robots and all that kind of stuff. All right, so the theme to the game, in this game, if you haven't heard the story, is that the game designer, which is on the box too, I'll pray AB West, that's pretty easy actually, AB West, really liked Matt Dixon's art and asked if he can make a game based on the art. And Matt Dixon, of course, said yes, and they produced this game, which when you think about it, it's a really good game, being that it's just based on the art. Someone liked their art and said, I can make a game around this and it'd be really fun. And we won't give any spoilers, so let's just go ahead and talk about it. So the theme of this game is that you're these little robots, right? This little pensive, I don't know if he's pensive, he's thinking, robot. These little robots, you're wandering around in the world and you're collecting up ideas and you're collecting up items, right? And so you are playing as all these robots. Everyone's playing as all these robots. But the idea is these robots are wandering around the world and they're collecting up items that they're finding and they're creating ideas for themselves and they're putting together pipes. The pipe thing's a little interesting. I mean, that's the one thing that kind of throws some people off is the idea of the pipes in this, but I look at it as the pipes running inside the robots, but maybe it's not that. All right. So that's it. You're kind of wandering around the world. Very cutesy theme. Reminds me a lot of Calvin and Hobbes in some ways. It's just very quaint, right? So that's the theme. Now the mechanics, and I think this is why it's enjoyable to a lot of people, is because the mechanics, there's several mechanics, right? You have hand management, right? You have this hand of cards, right? You always have 3. You decide which one to play. The played one goes at the bottom. You draw a new card from the top. So you have some hand management that's going on. You also have set collection. So in a couple different ways, when I put set collection, I was thinking about it a couple different ways. So you have these, right? And the more of them you get, the more points you get. And if you want to know how to play, you can watch our how to play. But you see this list of points. The more you get, the more each tile's worth. So you have set collection, but you also, in some ways, have set collection in trying to find butterflies on your items and your ideas and your pipes and birds, right? And you want sets of items and sets of birds because they're multipliers. So I think that's kind of set collection in that sense too. The other thing that you have is obviously worker placement, right? You move your robots on the board to do certain things in those areas, right? Like get dice and collect ideas and items, or get pipes and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's worker placement, but it's also, I would argue, tile placement, because when you buy the pipes, right, you have this little pipe game that's going on, and you can decide where to place them. Now the pipes have 2 different ends. They have this one, which is probably hard to see, but it's a little kind of U-shaped that only connects to certain types of pipes, the skinnier pipes. And then you have this fatter one, right, that connects to the larger pipes. So one, you got to place them that way. And I know it's really basic, right? We're looking at shapes, right? But the other thing is, if you can do a line of continuous pipes, not straight, as long as they're just all connected, you'll get more points too. So you are in some ways deciding how to place these tiles. So that would be the mechanics. At least my argument would be hand management, set collection, worker placement, and tile placement. Now the ease of teaching, really easy to teach. You, like I said, you could watch her how to play, but you have two types of cards. Oh, actually I have them both in here. You have robot cards and you have area cards, right? If you use a robot card, you move that specific robot. If you do an area card, you move any robot from that area, not to that area. It's the one thing people get confused on, is they get a move to that area. No, you move from that area. So you have that, then you have what goes on in the different areas. And the board's labeled really well. You got your dice down here, your buy your ideas. This might be the most confusing here, but it's really light. Buy your ideas, buy your items, buy your ideas. There's certain costs on the tile in there. And then you have get some energy, get some cards that can help you out, or buy some pipes. And that's pretty much it. That is the whole teach. You could probably play the game just off of what I just told you, right? You might go, oh, how do I take those ideas and how do they go in here and what's the end game? I get that there's more, but that's how easy the teach is. A very simple teach, a quick teach, and it's easy to pick up. Now, the ease of play, it's quite easy. Like I said, the one slight confusing thing that I have ran into when playing it with people is it's happened a couple times where people think that they get to move to that spot instead of moving a robot from that spot. And you have to kind of use these cards to decide what you're doing. So it's something you do need to know, but I would say the ease of play, it's a pretty easy play. Now, the replayability, and I moved the box way out of camera shot. So the replayability, I would say, is good. There's good replayability. So you have these ideas, which are up here, and the box, the game comes with 4 or 5, I don't remember, sets, right? And they're labeled A, B, C, D, E, F, D, right? Alphabetically. And you pick 2 sets for the ideas, right? And I usually separate them when I'm done, when you pull them off the board. And 2 sets for your items. I only have 1 over here. I guess maybe the rest are placed out on the board. Those are A's. They're probably B. Yep, there's B's, right? And same thing, I think there's 4 or 5 items, and you go ahead and you pick 2, you shuffle them up. So it gives you good replayability. The extra ideas there, you shuffle them up. I've never gone through all the ideas, not ideas, but the forced cards that they give you extra abilities. Never gone all the way through those before in a game. And then you have the pipes and what pipes come out. I think about half the pipes are out right now. So you have about 50% more pipes, and you shuffle them up, and then you put stacks depending on how many you're playing. So I'd say there's a good replayability here. Now, the product quality, awesome quality, right? These, well, I'm not gonna be able to lift the, well, we can go with these. They look like dice, they're not, they're just engrams. They're solid plastic, right? These are, everyone always likes see-through. These are energy, right? Lightning bolts, they're see-through. The cardboard is a decent thickness cardboard. I've seen thinner, and there's been a couple thicker. The cardboard's nice. The board itself is actually nice. The card quality of these cards, they're small, but they're still linen finished, which I always think is nice. What else am I forgetting to talk about? The deluxe version has these miniatures, right? These miniatures are awesome. Right? There's no other way to put it. The miniatures are really awesome. They match the art completely. You have color codes. Some people sometimes think that he's brown instead of yellow, but you have the little color codes, and they'll see him as brown instead of red. But beyond that, production actually on this is really great. And if you don't get the deluxe version, there are standees, which are really great too, because the bases are colored. I should have actually taken those out of the box. The box is right past the camera. There's standees, and then there's little stands that are color coded. And the standees are the art from the box, so they're still really nice looking, right? But I would say the production of this is really good. And this is the deluxe version. Now, I'll get into this next with cost. The deluxe version, my understanding is that there is going to be a non-deluxe version, because obviously there's a deluxe version that has these minis. But I think at this point, the standard edition, if you want to look at it that way, hasn't come out yet. Just from my light looking and searching, I think just the deluxe is out. You can find this and buy it from some places. I know there's a ding up here. You can find it and buy it from some places. But I believe what they're selling right now is the deluxe version, the Kickstarter version with these miniatures and stuff like that. So going into the cost, I'm going to go off MSRP for the deluxe. Is $49.99, right? That's everyone's selling it for $49.99. For $49.99, the amount of playability, everybody who's played it, even my grumpier friends who don't, just recently told me they don't watch the channel really anyways, but even my grumpier friends said that it wasn't bad. They grumbled, right? Instead of being like, that's a horrible game, this is silly. You could see it as looking kind of childish, but like I said, it's 14 plus. That puts it the older range. I do think a kid could play this. It might be a little hard for them. They could play it just by moving the robots, but anyways, back to it. People are willing to play it. Everyone who's played it has gotten some enjoyment out of playing it. Even Resvon, we played it over video chat, and hopefully it's getting really, really close to her being here. But we've played it over video chat, and she's really enjoyed it. So everybody's kind of really enjoyed it. So for $50, $49.99, $50 American, to get this deluxe version, I think it's a great value versus cost, right? Now, would I play this game again? Hands down, yes. Would I ask people to play it again? Yes. Even with friends that might be more the crunchier game, they're I don't know, snobbish about gaming. I think they will play it, enjoy it, in the sense that there's so much to do. And I've noticed with every group and every time I've played this, at first it's kind of fun. I guess I'll go here and I'll do this, and I'll move this robot here, and yeah, whatever, I'll just take that. But when you're getting closer to the end, and when it's starting to get closer because of certain factors, you watch people start going, if I go and I need, but my card allows me, and they're thinking a lot. To me, that shows a sign of a good game. In the beginning, they're not thinking a lot, they're just enjoying the flow. At the end, it becomes crunch time, and people are trying to mid-max, as the popular term goes, their score, right? What is the optimal move they can do in those last one or two moves? What's the optimal move they can do to get the most out of it? So I do really, I would play it again, like I said, and I would ask people to play it, or playing it again. And I would ask to play it even with some of those people. So I would definitely ask to play it again too. And then by the art, you're going to have certain friends that are really going to like the art. That will draw them in and allow them to have fun. So that's pretty much the review. I did realize as I'm looking at it, I think this is the first game I have that's considered Rondell. But it's the boards of Rondell, so not a mechanic. But anyways, just a little side note. Just thinking about it right now. So that's my review of Transmissions by Crosscut Games based on the art of Matt Dixon. I think that's important because I think the art is a large drive to this. A.B. West, she did a great job too with making it a fun game. But that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.